Well, I'm not sure that it's quite possible for you to appreciate the size of this very large elephant bull, which is now sitting not more than, I'd say 10 meters from the, no, 5 meters from the side of our vehicle. I'm sorry that the bush is in the way, but he's a very huge way to start a drive. Safe to say that if you happen to find yourself on a self-drive safari in somewhere like the Kruger Park or Addo Elephant National Park, always keep a distance that is big enough where you feel confident enough that you could start your car and drive away if the elephant was to come towards you. I think that's a good rule of thumb. And then once you get a little bit more experienced and you start to learn a bit more about their behavior, and you can read a little bit more of their body language, then you can probably get a little bit closer. But you just never take these guys for granted. You never take their behavior for granted, and it's one of the most important things to learn as a young guide, especially if you train in a place like the Sabi Sands where we are now. The elephants are so used to vehicles that they tend generally to just ignore us. But that doesn't mean they're always going to ignore you. But this guy's absolutely fine. He's very relaxed, just enjoying his termite mound.
Well, this is pretty exciting, something we haven't seen for a while here in Djuma. Panda, how's the visual? Is it good? You can see them? Okay, we can try shortly to move a little bit closer. I just wanted to, evidence, proof that we did them, and there is life beyond impalas. We have Southern Ground Hornbills. Very cool birds, big birds, powerful birds that have very nice wingspans that like to fly away from Land Rovers. There's 5 of them, which is not too common. Oh, beautiful, look at that. Okay, we managed to catch up with them. The rest of the flock is down to the west of us. We'll move as soon as this lad or lady decides to fly off. Now what we're looking for the sexes is a bit of a blue patch around the throat. That's the easiest way to tell them apart, but it can still be quite tricky. They're an uncommon resident and they are endangered, like I said earlier, with numbers declining outside of protected areas, outside of game reserves. They have massive home ranges in some areas, anywhere from 20 kilometers squared up to 100 kilometers squared. How cool is that? Now the rest are going to follow if it is the dominant female. Here they come. One. They're running, it's so funny, they look like spur fowl. 1, 2, 3, 4, where's the number 5? What's that coming over the hill? Is it a monster? Is it a monster? No, it's a Southern Ground Hornbill.
Tiny little one. With mom. Not weaned just yet. So we'll be on milk most of the time. But you see, they're quite precocious, and so we'll be copying exactly what mom does in an effort to learn how to use the trunk. He's already sprayed himself wet, so he's got some control over his trunk, but unsure on his feet. Cute.
Well, guys, we just here south of Twin Dams, sorry. Panda wasn't very helpful. I had to spot the giraffe and the elephants all by myself, even though they were on his side of the car. Not pointing any fingers, so at least we got to find them. We've got 2 young calves here, and a very beautiful cow, female elephant. She's posing like a leopard there now. Busy rolling around in the mud. Look at that, how precious. Very, very cool. She's trying to get all of it all over her body. Try and use it as a bit of a sunscreen and also a way to cool her down. I'm hoping we're going to see a bit more action in that watering hole there. And these three elephants also look very familiar. I feel like I've seen this female before. Guys, please excuse the noise. We are sitting on the main road on the southernmost boundary of Djuma. They are currently at Baboon's Pan on Little Gari. So we do have late arrivals trying to make it in time for their safari. It's a not so commonly seen Fortuna roaring in the distance.
Right, our plan paid off. Sure, I'm relieved. As I mentioned, we do have signal issues in this valley, but wow, look at that. Now, there is one adult lying on the eastern side of the den, which is out of view at the moment, flat in the grass. And we can even see from the behavior of these youngsters, they are very bold, very happy knowing that mum or one of the others is watching. Probably not watching, sleeping, just being a mum. One of the mums. There's two different litters, obviously. Oh, look at that. How can people say these things are ugly? I adore them. I think they're awesome. Look at that, man. Also, the light is phenomenal. I love the partial side lighting. It's really pretty. And yeah, regarding the cuteness, I mean, this is cuteness overload. I'm not going to talk much. Let's just enjoy the visuals here. This is very, very cool.